Hello and welcome to NINTENDOGRAM podcast episode 2, brought to you again this week by myself, Benji Summers, and my good friend Luke Chellis.
Hello once again.
Today we're going to be discussing the upcoming Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD remake, Pokken Tournament for the Wii U, and the rest of the news and rumours from the past week. We officially welcome you to episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Just kidding.
Rough and irritating.
So last week, Chalice, you were playing Bayonetta.
Mm-hmm.
Are you continuing the trend this week?
I'm still playing Bayonetta, and I'm loving it as well.
Nice.
Just such a fun experience. I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would initially anyway. But the main thing I'm loving most about it is just, it's not the playing the game itself, it's the cutscenes are just so funny. Just brilliantly done. It takes itself seriously, but it's got the good comedy relief in it, which just makes Bayonetta herself just so likeable. But I'm really liking it.
So Bayonetta for Smash, are you going to get on that?
I probably will. With these Smash characters, I've only been buying the ones I'm interested in. Like, I'm not very interested in Lucas. I didn't buy Lucas.
No.
But I was interested in Ryu, so I was going to buy Ryu. So Bayonetta is probably going to be one of the ones I will buy.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's going to be quite a diverse character. She's very...
seeing the moveset on the direct as well. She looks like a fun one to play with.
She's generally just a... Smash or not Smash, she's generally like a standout character.
Definitely.
Like a very powerful female, which is obviously a good thing. And she's badass at the same time.
She is completely badass.
She completely rips up the rules. The rule book, should I say.
You don't play by no one's rules.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. And then soon we'll get you onto playing it. Because I want you to play it now.
What, Smash or Bayonetta?
Bayonetta. Well, both. I want you to play Smash more, but no, I'm talking about Bayonetta.
Yeah. I think I will probably pick up the double pack maybe this year at some point. Like, it's getting quite cheap, actually.
It is.
I've seen it. It's under about £20 at the moment, I think.
And you would definitely get your money's worth out of those two games. In fact, you would get £20 worth in the one game alone, let alone both of them.
Yeah. Maybe we could do that Bayonetta and Luigi's Mansion swap.
Mm-hmm. So how is Luigi's Mansion going anyway?
It's good. I haven't played it so much this week. I've been playing... I can't believe I'm saying this. Like, this is a really random one. But Captain Toad Treasure Tracker on the Wii U.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, it's a cool game. I've been really, really busy this week. Working, boring adult things like that.
The old day job.
Yeah. So I just was sat down one evening, just really chilled out. I was like, it was getting kind of late, and I was like, well, I just want to play a bit of a game before I go to bed. It's not just, it sounds really stupid to say, but just something like casual you can pick up and just not really have to stress out about playing. So yeah, I just looked at my...
I say it's not an intense game anyway. You ain't got to put complete mind of thought into it. You can just chill out, lay on your bed, play on your gamepad.
Exactly, and that's exactly what I did, to be fair. Just laid there for about an hour, chilled out. So I've been playing that a few sessions in that through the week. Just like I say, just chilling out in an evening, playing Captain Toad, running around in this little happy dude that just can't ever be sad for some reason.
You can't be sad playing it either. No,
it's a really, really charming game. Like visually, I mean, it's nothing sort of groundbreaking in terms of art style or mechanics, but it's just really satisfying to look at, like that cute charm of the Mario series turned into Toad, or Captain Toad, who this guy's called.
You'll get it by the official name here.
Yeah.
We don't want to be offending any Toads out there.
No.
He's earned his captain's title.
There's a lot of Toads, but he is the Toad.
He's the captain.
I don't know where that fits with the Toad timeline. Is this the Toad from Mario 64? Who knows?
Branches off to 3 different Toad timelines.
Oh, man. Toad dies.
But Toad can never die.
That's true. So, yeah, a quiet week for the both of us, I would say.
That's it. But it hasn't been quiet in terms of news, has it, though?
No, thankfully for us.
That's the problem with the last week's episode. We didn't have a lot of news to cover, but this week they've just thrown it all out with us, especially with Pokemon as well, which have just come out and just chucked a load of news at us.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's going to be the 20th anniversary, so things are going to be happening this year, but I wasn't quite expecting so much news to be coming this
No.
early in the year.
We got loads. I mean, starting next month, we've got Red, Blue, and Yellow re-releases on the 3DS, which I personally love because I can just play any one of those games countless times. I love them.
I mean, they are very special.
You decided which one you're getting yet?
Apart from me trying to resist getting all of them, it's probably going to have to be Red, because Charizard.
I'll get Blue then.
Yeah.
That's a sad one. I didn't know which one to pick. I was just going to get the opposite to you.
Yeah, I really want like a physical box as well.
I
know that's happening in Japan, I believe. Anyway.
I think we're getting it over here as well. I think I've read it is. I know the 2DS bundles are coming over here.
Yeah,
but actual retail of the game, I'm not sure.
Yeah, without getting too much into it, I just love like seeing all the artwork come back. I love the simplicity of it and the design. I mean, it hasn't changed too much, the covers over the years, but just seeing the recent Nintendo 2DSs and new 3DSs, but with the old classic Pokemon art, it's just awesome.
It's a nostalgia thing, but it's still beautiful, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's awesome.
That's the thing, you probably, because you love it and you love this then, they've announced that they're doing a reprint of the trading card game. Yes. So that'll be some of the old ones are going to redo them, and if you're loving the old art, then you're definitely going to be interested in that as well.
Yeah, I don't know how far I'd dive into that because it could become quite an expensive little treat. But yeah, I'd definitely like to just pick up a couple of packs just for the sake of it, like just for the excitement, relive the excitement of childhood, because that was awesome. Going down the shop.
The cards I only ever collected them. I've never, to this day, I still don't know how to play the trading card game.
Yeah, same.
It's never been able to master it, but I've got friends who can play it. No, it goes straight over my head. I just like the pretty pictures, put them in a little booklet.
Well, it's a collectible thing, really, for me. Probably one of the first, if not the first, sort of collectible things I ever owned, like the quest to get them all.
I think I was more into collecting a sticker book. Remember that?
Yeah, I had that, I believe. Yeah, I had loads of sticker books. Pokemon, like football, WWE, there's loads of them. Yeah, wow. So much money must have gone into that. Sorry, Mum.
Bloody hell. But like, the main thing then coming out this year, for me, until Pokemon Z is officially announced when it does, but we got Pokken Tournament, and it's finally got a release date just hours ago for us.
Yeah, which is really well timed for us doing this podcast. So thank you, Nintendo, for
recording.
Thank you to Nintendo for taking that into consideration. It's very much appreciated.
March the 18th, so 2 months, and well, this will be released on Sunday, so it'll be 2 months and 2 days until it comes out.
March is going to be a good month. At the start, we've got Zelda, Twilight Princess. And then a little bit later, we've got Pokken Tournament, which I think that's enough time to go through Twilight Princess and enjoy 100%.
Well, I may have to, quit my job for a month first. But yeah, I mean, I've played Twilight Princess. Well, yeah, it's going to definitely have enough time. But Pokken's the one I'm really excited for. And mostly, I want that controller that's coming with it as well. Have you seen the controller?
I have, yeah.
I'm definitely getting it with it as a bundle. I really want it.
I'll have to have a play.
Definitely.
I mean, is there a price released for it?
I haven't seen one. I've seen the box package and all that. I haven't seen the price or anything though, but I imagine it'd be an extra, I reckon it'd be about 60 to 70. It's going to be an extra 20, 30 pound on top of the game. But still, Nintendo have robbed me blind plenty of other times. They can do it again.
Yeah, I think they will continue to do so to the both of us. We'll have our pants down for eternity. But yeah, like, I'm not the biggest fighting fan. Like, I had Tekken when I was younger, Soul Calibur on the GameCube. But I've never really, sunk hours and hours and hours into them. They've just sort of, been the odd multiplayer experience. You play some pick up and play sometimes, but I'm not a big fighting fan.
I think
But
Soul Calibur 2 is like the only fighting game I've ever played single player properly anyway. Like I've always had, I play Smash Bros, but that's more for friends. Tekken,
that's not
use a button bash with friends.
Yeah, I still feel Smash Bros isn't necessarily. It's a fighting game, obviously, but it's not that.
I know it
style.
definitely, be treading same, fighting games, but like, yeah. But still,
I'm actually quite excited for it.
That's it. And the list of characters just growing. We had Chandelier announced yesterday for us on Thursday, but it's just such a long list now. I mean, I've got a list here. We got Charizard, we got Pikachu, including Pikachu Libre. We got Machamp, Gengar, Mewtwo, and Shadow Mewtwo. Suicune, Sceptile, Blaziken, Gardevoir, Garchomp, Lucario, Weavile, obviously Chandelier, like I said, Braxian as well. It's just so many main fighters. And then you've got support characters on top of that as well, which that list just grows as well. But we've just got so much in this little package.
What are the support characters?
Support characters. Even longer list then. You got Snivy, Lapras, Emolga, Fennekin, Frogadier, Eevee, Jirachi, Whimsicott, Mismagius, Ninetales, Farfetch'd, Electrode, Togekiss, Rotom, Dragonite, Victini, Croagunk, Sylveon, Magikarp, and Paratorisu.
I feel really bad making you read that out now. because
I'm not doing it again.
No, I didn't want to know the characters. I just meant what do they do.
Oh, I thought you.
No.
So after making me list all that, I thought you meant what character.
Well, you were on a roll. I didn't want to make
Thank
you
you.
stop. So it would have been rude.
They have half, because I'm looking at a little description of them now. Half of them have their own little thing they bring to it, but half of them hasn't listed. Like, I'll just give you a couple of examples. Snivy, for example, its effect is it surrounds a tornado of leaves around itself, damages an opponent, and knocks them upwards.
Right, so
it's just little things like that.
Like it's not a playable character. It's like
it's
like an assist.
Kind of like an assist trophy.
Yeah, that's
Smash.
what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm on board now. So that's cool.
I'm glad you're not going to now make me list every effect and out so far.
So
I'm going to sit the next few minutes out now.
Can you just go through all them characters again? Kidding. Just kidding. But yeah, like I think visually the game looks really nice as well. It's obviously Pokemon is it's very animated. It's very cartoony. It's not exactly realistic, but it's got that really nice blend of realism and anime and I suppose American cartoon as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it still maintains that modern high definition look.
Well, one thing that I've been questioning, because we've only seen one stage so far, we can have different stages, which I assume we would. I mean,
definitely.
It'd get a bit tiring doing the same stage over and over and over again. But yeah, we've not really seen anything. We've seen just the default one in the trailer. So I don't know. I've not played the arcade machine in Japan. I don't know if they have different selections there, but it'd be cool just to see, maybe set in different gyms. I don't know.
I think, we could have gyms. Actually, no, there's a few so far.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Well, I've missed those.
Obviously,
poor research here from me.
They're from the arcade version.
Right.
I imagine. So, chances are they're going to get carried over anyway. But I've seen one that's like a field in a farm. It looks like because it's all fenced off and there's like a barn in the background.
That sounds like a farm to me.
Yeah. And there's a stadium one, like just your generic. On the grass and then surrounded by a crowd, obviously. And then there's the one in the town, or a city, sorry. It's like all the modern buildings, and there's people dotted about as well, and cars.
Oh, right.
I've seen that one, which looks really cool, because I'm hoping, I've not seen much footage, I've seen more screenshots and footage, because I believe, anyway, there's more screenshots going around the net. But there's like stuff going on in the background, like cars and people, like I said. I'm hoping maybe there's some kind of, not necessarily interaction, but maybe reaction. So, say you're Charizard and you do a flamethrower and stuff's getting blown up. They're going to get scared, or they're going to look shocked, or they're going to react to it, and not just like cardboard cutouts in the background.
Which would be cool.
Might be asking a bit too much, but I don't know.
Cool.
But it's just little things like that I tend to appreciate. But in terms of how it looks really cool. It's definitely a step up from the arcade version, actually, the Wii U one. I've noticed that the lighting and models and even the backgrounds, they look a lot better.
That's cool. We'll have to see what they're going to bring us in. So
Yeah.
March 18th. We ain't got long now. Just 2 months.
March 18th, Pokken Tournament.
So I've got to try and decide who I want to play as now. I mean, I haven't sat down and thought for 5 minutes. Right, who do I want to play with? I'm going to start a prayer circle. I want Ludicolo in it. Not going to happen, but that's who I want.
Will we get Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan?
That would be a good shout.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know why they haven't.
What I was going to say earlier, actually, when you was going through the roster, it's a very nice mixture of generations. They could have very easily, not necessarily milked, but played it safe by, say, having 15 or 20 of the original 151.
Yeah.
To appeal to older fans or something like that. But they've done it right, I think, in having a handful from each generation.
See, I'm just looking through it now. I mean, it's kind of strange. Out of the main roster, there are only 2 primary fighting types in Lucario and Machamp.
Yeah, I mean,
which is quite strange.
I think that just adds to it a bit more. If it was all fighting Pokemon, I don't know. I don't want to say it'd be bland or boring, but I don't think I'd be anywhere close to that. But this gives it a bit more spice and colour, like literally colour. But just having a grass Pokemon, a move type's going to come into effect. Do you reckon? For
Definitely.
example?
I mean, this list as well has all the attacks anyway, but a lot of them will be played with it.
Yeah. So if you're, Charizard going against a water Pokemon.
Yeah.
Is the water Pokemon generally going to have the advantage, like in the actual core Pokemon games? Obviously, because that's RPG, that's stat-based and stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, I would have thought so. I mean, I don't know for sure. I can't sit here confidently and say anything, but it would make sense.
Yeah.
Because water type... There we go. Suicune has Hydro Pump. I'm sure if you use that on a Charizard, it would probably do a lot more damage. I would have thought so, but then again, I don't know. I can't say for certain.
Do you think we will get Pokken Tournament Amiibo?
This is what I was talking about. I would love to see a Pikachu Libre one. It'd be just so cute. I mean, I know we're getting the Shadow Mewtwo Amiibo card, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah. So it could be Amiibo cards then. Because, I mean, Amiibo cards are exclusive to Animal Crossing, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, so that could very well be a thing.
Or they could do all 716 Pokemon as Amiibos. Good luck collecting all those.
Yeah. I think the cards would be a lot easier, and it would be very reflective of the original Pokemon cards. Be like a new way of doing that. Like, here's the new Pokemon cards. They work with Pokken Tournament. That would be quite cool. Maybe.
As long as I get my Pikachu Libre Amiibo, then I'll be happy. Yeah, you do as many cards you want. Give me a proper Pikachu Libre statue, though. I know, but yeah, no, I think them doing Amiibo cards would make more sense anyway.
Yeah. Well, time will tell. I'm sure we'll get something.
I'm sure we're going to have more Pokemon news anyway.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the year of Pokemon. Your time's over, Luigi. Time for Pokemon now.
So this week we've also had quite a lot of news and probably more rumours of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. Amazon France put up some information and quickly took it down about an hour after, revealing a little bit of information. So it might not necessarily be accurate, but
Take it with a pinch of salt, basically.
Yeah, a quick little rundown of some points. Hero mode is available from the start of the game, where damage is doubled. So that's
I
like,
feel like that's very standard in a Zelda remake. Anyways, that we had it in Ocarina of Time, we've had it in Majora's Mask, we've had it in Wind Waker. I think you can expect it in this as well, which is good because seeing as we've already completed the game a few times, I'd like a bit more of a challenge.
yeah, I think Zelda could benefit from a difficulty mode. Quickly going through them, you'll be able to switch between this mode and normal at any time during the game, so you don't have to start again if it's too hard, stuff like that. So yeah, that's fair enough. Nintendo likes to do that little thing where you can dip in and out of difficulties, like the Mario games where you get helped out.
Xenoblade if you're stuck on a boss.
Yeah, exactly. I think, it's there if you need it. If you don't, then just carry on, so that's fine. Selecting items will be easy on the Wii U gamepad touchscreen. You'll be able to select items without pausing and interrupting gameplay. That seems like an obvious one, like Wind Waker.
Yeah, it just sounds like a good tweak for it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were expecting that. With the 3DS games, it plays beautifully because you're able to access everything instantaneously, and the same with Wind Waker. Again, the Wolf Link amiibo unlocks a brand new dungeon called the Cave of Twilight.
This is an interesting one as well.
Yeah, whatever happens in the dungeon might be able to be carried over to the Legend of Zelda game coming this year to the Wii U or NX, as we mentioned in the Nintendo Direct event late last year. Nintendo hasn't confirmed any of this, but obviously rumours are always nice to discuss, and some come true, some don't. But yeah,
I'm interested. It's good if we don't know obviously if this new dungeon is legit or not, but it's a bit more refreshing. It got a bit extra to the game as well, which would be nice. And it'd be good to see what they do and whereabouts they fit it into the game as well.
Oh, definitely. I think
it might only just be like a side dungeon sort of thing, so you might only get an item per se, like the Ice Cavern in Ocarina of Time. It's more of a side dungeon, is it, where you get, I forgot what you're grabbing it now. Played the game loads of times, but
Iron Boots.
That's the one, yeah. So it might be like that.
Yeah, I mean, if this is true, I don't really see it being a continuation of the story.
No.
I think the story is going to be exactly the same, but this will be... What worries me if this is true, I don't want it to be a remixed or redone version of the Cave of Ordeals, if you know what that is. Which is like the challenge thing where you go through different floors with wave upon wave of enemies. I'm sure
that's already in Twilight Princess anyway.
Yeah, I just don't want it to be...
Oh, well, something similar to that.
Yeah, or that revamped in a different way.
Oh, right.
Like, we've redone the Cave of Ordeals. And it's now called the Cave of Twilight because it's the same, but it's a bit more of a dungeon. Like, I would like something fresh. Because Twilight Princess has a lot of dungeons anyway. Like, it's quite a long Zelda game.
And Twilight Princess is known for having some of the best dungeons in the series anyway.
Yeah, which is... Again, why I'm really looking forward to it. So many reasons why I'm looking forward to it, even though it's...
Just having Zelda in the name for me gets me excited.
Yeah, obviously. But it's a flawed Zelda, which I do understand a lot of the points people sometimes make about, you got the slow intro. It is very slow. I don't know if they're going to sort that out at all. If we're going to be goat herding in HD. But yeah, the intro is
in HD.
Link's nipples in HD.
Link's nipples in HD. That's what everyone is excited for.
Exactly. Check out them babs.
But judging by the name, the Twilight Cave, it makes sense. It's set in the Twilight side of the game anyway, whether it be, towards the end of the game? Because there was one in the Twilight World, wasn't there, where you finally face off against Zan?
Yeah.
Would it be like that? Or will it be a cave? Because it's according to the rumor, it's unlocked through your Wolf Link amiibo. So I'm going to assume you play through this dungeon again, if it's legit, as the wolf.
Possibly. But yeah, I don't know where that would fall in story-wise, because spoilers, but obviously you come back to Hyrule, the real world, and Midna.
You say spoilers, but how old is this game now?
Yes, but...
If you haven't completed it yet, you need to get on it.
Yeah, but this is the internet. And,
you're also salty.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know where that fit, because obviously things go their own way at the end. quite contrasting ending.
How can anyone criticize them putting more dungeons into a game anyway? So,
Yeah.
considering, bring it on.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
we've got.
I've seen people criticizing the fact that content in a HD remake that we have to pay for, like £40 or whatever, we're having to pay for another amiibo to get more content on a game that's 10 years old. It's a bit, I see their point in a way, but if you don't want to do it, then don't buy it, I guess.
In fairness, this amiibo is packaged with a lot of the games as well.
Yeah, and you do
and a very short price increase anyway.
Yeah, so it's a good bundle, I think, personally, and it's the price you pay these days. Like, not being harsh or anything like that, but with HD remakes being fairly popular on any console, the majority of them are priced like a normal game or close to a normal game, and if you want to replay it that bad in HD, you're gonna have a choice really, unless you're gonna download like an emulator on a computer and a texture pack. But do you
just
really
the
want to do
market
that?
these days.
Yeah, it's just another little hole in the market that's being filled.
Cool. And what else? Oh, and they also talking about we've got fewer tiers now.
Yes,
Tiers of light to collect, which
I think is cool.
Yeah, that to me is back playing it back in the day. It slowed the tempo of the game, which really took an effect on it.
Yeah, which
not only did you have to do it once, but you had to do it 3 times, and it's not the quickest of challenges to do anyway.
Yeah, it's the repetition thing. Skyward Sword had that problem as well a little bit, but yeah, I don't mind the game slowing down at all. It's just it slowed down a little bit too much.
I could have understood them doing it 1 time in the game.
Yeah,
but it was the fact you had to do it 3 times.
Yeah, it's very.
You're getting back into the game. Now you got to do this again.
It felt very formulaic.
Yeah.
By the 3rd time, you're like, oh, okay, right, yeah. Let me guess, I've got to collect tears. It's the same in Skyward Sword, but I think Skyward Sword improved on it with the. I can't remember what it's called. It was like the trials, wasn't it? Where you got to go around collecting. They're like tears, but you've got the things chasing you, and it slows it down. But at the same time, there's that tension not to be seen, and I thought that was
anxiety just goes through the roof when you know they're coming after you, and you're just trying to find that safe spot.
Yeah, I thought that was a major improvement. Which I'm not saying they should have put that in Twilight Princess, but that's perhaps how it should have been done. But if they're reducing the tier count, that's cool by me. I mean, I wouldn't.
The original had 16 tiers, but judging by this screenshot anyway, it goes down to 12. So it cuts it by a quarter.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not a massive difference, but it may help with the tempo of the game.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as groundbreaking as the Swift Sail in Wind Waker. That was a massive help, because one of the gripes from the original was when you need to get island to island without warping, it was very slow, and you could, I remember times being younger, I'd just put my controller on the side for a second while I was sailing and just leave it, and you'd probably go to the toilet, come back, and you're okay. You haven't made it to the island yet, but yeah, I think it's a good thing. Any little additions like that, I think that's probably going to be what we're going to see more of in the Twilight Princess remake or revisit. It's going to be little tweaks like that. I mean, people asking for extended story. I've seen people asking them to do like an alternate ending with the Midna situation. It's not going to happen realistically, I don't think. But I am really looking forward to it, actually. Like, cinematic wise, I really enjoyed the game.
Definitely. And we haven't got long to wait now anyway, so it comes out March the 4th.
March the 4th, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a month and a half away.
Yeah.
That's really close.
Really, really exciting. I don't know where I'm going to put my Wolflink amiibo, though, which is worrying.
I keep mine in its box. It's safe in there.
No, I'm anti-box.
Okay, one last thing about Zelda then. Who is your favourite companion in the whole series?
My favourite companion?
Yeah.
It's probably Midna, actually.
Good choice. Midna's mine too.
Yeah, I knew it was yours already, but like Navi, I'm impartial to Navi. Like, I don't find her as annoying as everyone likes to make
Nah.
out. I'm not on that bandwagon.
No.
Fee, or I didn't like in
I
Skyward
quite
Sword.
liked Fee.
She to me felt like what people made Navi out to be. Personally, it just was a bit irritating. I wanted to be left alone and just stuff her inside the sword forever.
You stay quiet now.
Yeah, but
I don't want to learn about this collectible I just picked up for the 42nd time.
yeah, I mean, we haven't really had too many companions. Like Zelda's.
No. We've
Like-
had... We had Minish Cap,
Majora's
I think they're
Mask.
Tattletale.
Yeah.
Um,
Obviously, Ocarina, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword. I mean, that's really about it. In terms
Rabio.
of, yeah.
Got him.
Yeah.
And he's a lot of personal favourites as well. He's quite
Mm.
popular.
Yeah,
Who
I
knows,
feel-
might see him
I
again.
feel like Midna was really cool because she was.
I love the sass.
Yeah, that, and she was like, she wasn't just. I don't know how to explain it, but Navi and Fia especially are these. They're not very human. Not saying Midna's human, but she feels she's got characteristics. She's got like feelings, stuff like that.
Mm.
Like you feel sorry
No,
for
there
her.
was
at times.
definitely more of a character development for Midna than there have been for any other companions.
Oh, definitely. Like you go
Yeah.
from thinking, who the hell's this, to like
We
feel-
learn a lot about her
yeah,
too.
and you feel sorry for her a lot at a time through the story. She goes through a lot actually, coming from like
Yeah.
this different time and place and dimension, I guess. Which I thought was really cool. It went quite dark visually and with the story of Twilight Princess. Again, that's why it's I can appreciate its flaws because I really like the good things about it. They stand up for me more than the flaws. I can get over the long intro because I'm just sad and I take it all in. I'm still fascinated by just going fishing or just like, the game isn't visually that amazing in terms of textures and stuff. It looks really rough around the edges, even in the HD one that we've seen so far. But still, looking at it, it's that art style. To me, that's my favourite.
I'm sorry, when they showed off those screenshots, they're still polishing it anyway. So whatever you see then, it's going to be better in the release anyway.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
who knows? It could still look really shiny.
Yeah, I mean, it's only when you compare the two. I've seen comparison videos, and that's when you notice it. It's like Wind Waker. When that came out and we started playing it, really all I thought it was mostly just like a lighting effect and like a filter looking thing.
But that's the thing, like you play the original Wind Waker and it still looks beautiful.
Yeah, that's where Wind Waker outdoes Twilight Princess in the terms of it will look beautiful in 50 years. Twilight Princess will look blurry, and
Because where it's a dark game anyway.
that's one thing I noticed in the comparison video actually, how blurry, not pixelated, but blurry Twilight Princess on the GameCube Wii was.
Really?
It's quite surprising actually, because at the time obviously you don't really appreciate that, but going into HD now, obviously we've been used to that for a good decade, and going back,
You're going
and
to
looking
have
at
to link me to these comparisons as well, because I want to see them for myself now.
yeah, I definitely will. But yeah, Zelda Twilight Princess HD, really excited.
March 4th. Not long to go. Cool. So lastly, we have Tatsumi Kimishima's plans for 2016, which I've been reading through them. They're really interesting, but I'm going to save the really interesting one till last.
Right.
So his key points are: he wants to surprise fans with new ideas rather than building on old ones.
Yep.
So that's cool. Kimishima claims the expansion to smartphones and theme parks, but also to movies and TV anime, is progressing.
Okay.
He believes it's vital for Nintendo to experiment with new business models. First smartphone app reconfirmed for launch in March, which we think it's Miitomo, isn't it? I think he said that would be the first game.
Yeah, more than likely.
So March is very soon. Smartphone apps with Nintendo's famous characters promised for 2016. He wants to bring the company's financial level to a new level. The plan is to bring profits to 10 billion yen in several years, which would be 4 times last year's profit.
Interesting. I think it's slightly ambitious but grounded at the same time. It's a good thing to hear. I think most of it.
Definitely,
The
it's
theme parks and stuff like that is great.
that would be cool.
Yeah, we've known about that for a while, actually.
Mm.
Probably a good year that's been in discussion.
It's this last point though. It's the way it's worded is really interests me. Nintendo will in 2016 release details on NX. So to me, that sounds like the NX is planned for 2017 release.
Yeah.
I think that alone there has almost killed off any rumours of it launching in the final quarter of this year. Because I don't know. It says his plan is to release details this year, not to release the console. His only focus is getting the details out.
Yeah, I mean, it's very vague still, isn't it? We're trying to.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but
yeah, we're trying to like feed off scraps here. But
we are hungry for this news. But that's the thing. Like last week, I was saying I can't see it coming out this year, and I think that for me pretty much sets it for me. I don't think the NX is this year.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. If anyone listened to the podcast last week, then you would hear what we had to say on the NX and the time frame we think it'd be coming out. But yeah, I think we can both agree on 2017 being realistically a more suited release. I mean, hopefully, what I see panned out in front of me at the moment is the first half of 2016. It really looks like we're getting fed quite a lot of games and some decent ones as well. Okay, maybe not loads, but there's some decent games coming out because usually it's very spaced out, very, very spaced out. But one thing you didn't mention actually that I just want to quickly say before I forget about it, a rumour at the moment is, and this was before Pokken Tournament was announced for March, that Star Fox is being delayed until late summer, I believe.
Yeah, I think I read July, sorry. No,
Yeah.
I did read about it. I completely forgot about that.
Which is
the game that keeps getting delayed.
Yeah. I mean, that's a weird one. I'm not too bothered about it because I'm not over excited about it. I mean, I'm all for it, but I need to see more and play it probably. But
no, I'm definitely interested in the game, but I want to know the reason why it's delayed. It's so interesting because it sounded like they were nearly done. They polished it.
Yeah.
Because we've had two different gameplay trailers. Now we had it at E3 and then we had it later on.
Yeah.
And there was a huge improvement.
We don't know if it's true yet. Could be hearsay because we've had to put you on the spot. What is the current release date for Star Fox on the Wii U? Was it April?
I thought it was sooner than that. Let me, because I can just double check it now anyway.
Yeah.
But
because obviously we got Twilight Princess early March, late March Pokken Tournament, which is really good, and then I thought in April we had Star Fox, which was going to lead me on before I got to that. Put that little point in before I forgot it. It was going to lead me on. First half of the year, I think, is going to be just shoving us games.
Definitely.
Just feeding them out, and then we'll get something big, probably Zelda, later in the year. It's gonna dry up after the summer, I think. So we get Zelda on closer to Christmas. But whilst that's happening, in the second half of the year, we're gonna be getting fed after E3 and during E3 loads of NX stuff. So that will make the wait for Zelda seem a bit shorter. And probably cover up the fact there's not many games for Wii U coming out after May or June.
we can call this the Wii U's dying year.
Yeah.
Maybe. If you want to be grim about it, I don't know.
It's just swan
But
song.
to go back to your point, sorry, about Star Fox Zero, its initial release date at the moment is April the 21st. And at the moment, that is still their release date. But
Yeah.
according to a French retailer, it will be July the 15th. So who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Play it by ear.
I think it'd be good. If we got Zelda Pokken Tournament and Star Fox within about 6 or 7 weeks of each other.
Or maybe that could be why they're thinking of pushing it to July. Maybe it's just for marketing reasons, because we do have two games close together in March, and then a few weeks later it'd be Star Fox. Let's be fair, Nintendo don't have the quantity as, say, Sony, Microsoft, etc., etc., etc. Obviously, they got the quality, but they will need to spread out, obviously, for marketing reasons. So maybe pop it in July.
Yeah, it's not going to be the end of the world, I don't think. It'll be funny because it's probably the third time it's been delayed. It'll be nearly a year.
It was meant to be coming out in November originally. So it'll be nearly a whole year's worth of delays for it, which is quite sad.
It is, but it's not overly worrying, where I think Pokken Tournament, that announced, has taken quite a lot of us by surprise. I think people are generally more excited for Pokken Tournament and Twilight Princess HD than they are Star Fox. Yeah.
At this current moment.
Yeah, I'm sure that will build eventually, Star Fox.
Yeah. Definitely.
What was the first point on that list, sorry?
The first one on that list that I said was Kimishima wants to surprise fans with new ideas rather than building on old ones.
That, to me, is quite a nice thing to hear.
I think that's an important thing to hear as well.
I mean, we don't know how accurate it's going to be, because saying it is one thing, but put an action...
Like 99% of this podcast is just rumours.
Yeah, but...
we're just the rumour mill going here.
Putting action to words for Nintendo it's going to be quite important, whether they can do that or not, because, I think Splatoon is great. It's doing great as well, commercially, and sales-wise, it's just really outdoing expectations for everyone. Even Nintendo actually admitted that. But
especially in Japan as well, that is sold incredibly over there.
If they can repeat that with a new IP, or maybe not even necessarily something new, but
just anything,
just
like any game,
not relying on the Mario Karts, Zeldas, Marios, and those big hitters, but if they were to introduce some new
ideas rather than building on the old ones.
Yeah, because we haven't had much in the last 10 years, you think. How many big things have we had? Because Pikmin, people say Pikmin, and that's, that is going on. Yeah, but it's going on for like 13, 14 years.
Yeah.
Old. It's not new.
No, you couldn't call it a new title.
Yeah. New IP Animal Crossing, that's,
that's older than Pikmin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been out well over a decade, the same as Pikmin. You had all the Wii and Me titles, Wii Sports, Wii Fit, stuff like that, but I think that's dying out a little bit. Splatoon, I say, is a really strong one, which is quite exciting to think about, like it getting a sequel and stuff like that.
Fingers crossed.
Something annoying me at the moment is we still, Nintendo, if you're listening, like, I am looking at you with squinty eyes right now, like really angry face. Where is my Yokai Watch release date for Europe?
Us Europeans have to wait in so long. We want that Yokai Watch goodness.
Just give me a demo at least. I just want to play it because I think it looks really cool, but I'm worried I might end up not.
We finished this podcast now. This is just going to be an hour of us whining to Nintendo. Just give us Yokai Watch.
Yeah. I just want to play
us out of our misery.
I don't even know how good it's going to be, but I just want to try it. I've been sat here for months and months and months just wanting to.
We've been whining all this time. We get it, and it turns out to be disappointing.
Yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to going to Nintendo Land at Universal Studios in 10 years.
I want to do some real life Mario Kart go-karting one day.
Yep, and I want to go on a minecart roller coaster through like the Donkey Kong world.
I want to walk across Hyrule Field. Or rolling through it. Whatever you choose to do.
Cutting down signs.
Getting kicked out, arrested.
Yeah, I think stuff like that, like theme park, cartoons. I was thinking earlier, actually, like Mario. Like, without sounding too cheesy, why is there not a modern Mario cartoon? I'm not saying I need to do a film or anything like that, but something modern, not like the old Mario.
If they can do it with Sonic Boom, but why can't they do a Mario show?
I think they can. It's just whether they want to, the timing for it. Because I think it would be so successful if you could get that on something like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network,
even on Disney.
Yeah. Well,
imagine if Nintendo and Disney partnered up.
Wow, I don't.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't want to
imagine
imagine
that they could produce together would destroy your bank balance, but like, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
A Nintendo section at Disneyland.
Yeah, I think it'll be Universal, or maybe its own, maybe
Hey,
a standalone
a guy
thing.
can dream, okay?
Yeah, but I don't want Disney cashing in on Nintendo because then we're going to get oversaturated and like Marvel, we're going to get everything handed to us at once and we're going to get spoiled in it and it's going to get a bit dry. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds in terms of those kind of things, like expanding into phones and
Yeah,
theme
that'll be very
parks.
important this year for Nintendo as well.
Yeah.
Financially, definitely.
I'm excited, but
I
I'm
mean-
also skeptical about it at the same time. I really don't want it to be like a cash grab.
And we've talked about Pokemon. We never even talked about Pokemon Go.
No, we haven't.
But that's the thing, we don't even know anything about it, but like, that must be soon. That must be part of the plans, because
Yeah, I think this year, that could be a summer thing, actually, if they're leaving a hole for the summer.
well, if we've got their first smartphone app launching in March, which 99.9% is Miitomo, they're going to have to, give it a little bit of time, then put Pokemon Go, because you need to get, obviously, they're going to sell this one first. They're going to get users properly connected to it.
We might not even hear about it till E3 time, to be fair.
Well, to be honest, I think Pokemon Go will be a separate thing anyway. I don't think that will be a Nintendo thing anyway. They'll have their own special thing for that, because it's... I've forgotten who's publishing it. Or developing it, whichever. But...
yeah.
It'd be interesting. Let's play it by ear. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I really just one last point on Pokemon Go. Even though it was very over the top and didn't really have a true reflection of the gameplay, the trailer for it was awesome.
All right, yeah. If we can get a movie like that, now we haven't asked for much in this podcast, obviously, but let's have a real life Pokemon movie.
Even something like that looked like a Pixar film would be really cool, I think, for Pokemon.
Have a really dark Team Rocket film.
With a really camp James.
We need to end it here because I'm getting too excited.
So that seems like a good place to wrap up, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go wash myself now. I got a bit too excited in that previous.
So thank you, everyone, for tuning in again. Obviously, this is only the second episode, so things are very
we've done
early.
better this time, though. I feel
Yeah.
we're growing up.
We are growing up. We're taking little baby steps. But yeah, this is only our second episode, so things aren't quite perfect yet. We're finding our feet, but things are progressing. Thank you for understanding.
Exactly. And please let us know as well.
Yeah, please
We'd
let
love
us know with any
form of
feedback.
comments.
Episode 3 will be available in all of the same places that you're listening to this one at the same time next Sunday. So make sure you're following our Twitter at Nintendogram UK for up-to-date information regarding any episodes and stuff like that. And please follow our Tumblr, which is nintendogram.tumblr.com, for the funner side of things. Basically, we have some nice gift sets and pictures that I've been putting together. And it looks real nice. I'm quite happy with it.
You like Nintendo, you're going to like it, okay?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Exactly. So with that being said, we'll see you in exactly 1 week. Have a good week and go enjoy some video games.
Thanks again.